Let's talk about Etsy's definition of revenue. All right, revenue as it shows up in your shop dashboard in the payment account and on your stats, revenue only includes the price of the item. It doesn't include anything that the customer paid for shipping. So if you have something that sells for $20 and you sell one of those, it is $20 in revenue. If the customer paid $5 to ship that thing, it would still be $20 in revenue because Etsy doesn't include the cost of shipping that the customer paid into the revenue number. Right? You're still going to get a payment of $25 from Etsy because that includes the shipping, but the revenue is only going to be $20 because that was the cost of the item. Now, if there is a discount that the customer used, so let's say they had a 20% off coupon, which is $4, so that means they paid $16 for your $20 item. Now your revenue is only going to be $16 because Etsy subtracts out anything that the discounts were, and they just show you what the customer paid you. So it's not the price of the item. It's not the price of the item plus the shipping. It's the actual amount that the customer paid you, whether that's the price of the item or the discounted price of the item. Could be either, but it's the amount that the customer paid you for the product. It's not anything else. Now, this gets confusing because at the end of the year, Etsy probably will send you a 1099 form, or you have to add this stuff up for your accountant and your taxes. And at that point, you do have to include the cost of shipping in the income that you made, because if the customer pays you something, that's considered income. Whether you then go around and buy a shipping label and it kind of wipes that out because the cost that they paid you is what the shipping label cost, that's an expense that is accounted for on your taxes. So you have income and expenses. Income does include the cost of shipping labels that customers pay you, but that number that Etsy says is revenue is only the price of the items. So just be aware that at the end of the year, if you get a 1099 form, or if you're doing your taxes and things aren't adding up and they're not the same as what Etsy's saying your revenue is, it's because they're different numbers. And there's more things added into your 1099, which would be everything that Etsy has paid you. And that includes shipping labels and all that kind of stuff. So the numbers are very complicated. I do have an article on the Artisan Shopping Directory blog, which I'll post in the first comment under this video. It's complicated because Etsy makes it complicated. And you have to look in different places to get all the numbers. But just remember that revenue is only the cost of the item, or it's the price that the customer paid you for the item. Okay, so that's how much. If the customer paid you 50% off, then it's 50% of what the item price was. It's just what the customer paid you for the item. Any other shipping costs and stuff is not included in that revenue number on Etsy in your dashboard. It needs to be included in your taxes though. So that's a different thing. Check with your accountant or your tax software, however you do that. But that's income and it needs to be accounted for along with your expenses. But revenue is only the product price. All right. Leave me any questions. I will talk to you later.